Let's try this again. For some reason, Restream's been being a little difficult. This is Brian in the booth, bringing a live list action on the Shark Stream on a Wednesday night. We got number 3, Dave Gavrish, and number 4, Ryan Cullen. Let me know in the comments section if you can hear me. I'm only kind of partially working right this moment. Looks like the score is already 1-2, Ryan leading. And my buttons from home are just not working right now, so I'm gonna have to change cameras manually, it looks like. All right, Mark says I sound good. All right, that's good. Well, like I said, hopefully some of the glitches will go away soon. For now, we'll just have to make do. That's Dave at the table looking like he's going to be shooting at the 3 ball. Going to draw it over for the 4. Can't quite tell if that goes by. Looks pretty tight though. Ooh, big miss there. I think he was a little concerned about whether or not he could get that 6 past the 8. I'm thinking probably not, but we'll see what Ryan's got in mind now. Gonna zing it right back. Oh, that's Dave. Okay, so I'll see what Dave's got. Does it go by the 8? That is the question. Barely, but it does. All right, he's got a pretty clean look at the 7 now, coming around 2 rails probably for the 8. And 9 in the corner. I'm gonna bump the 3rd rail a little bit, but that's not gonna cost him anything. Should tee up nice and straight. That'll make the score 1-0. It looks like we got a few people tuning in now. That's good. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit like, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Definitely make sure you check out our other channels, the Boom and Freezer Show, of course. We're also going to be covering a lot of events coming up from Derby. Bobby had posted something about getting 10 days of continuous coverage if we get 1,000 likes on his post. So I'm not sure who else is going to be doing this, but it's going to require a lot of work. We should get a score update any minute now. It seems like they tend to press the button after. There it is, 1-1. Nice big break there from Dave. Looks like he's got at least the 8 ball down. Nope, just the 8 ball. But that 7-6 is kind of messing up his look at the 1. He's hanging, 4's hanging. Other than this leave, not a bad table to look at. So he's probably going to push it out. maybe push to like a jump or a one railer. Not sure exactly which way he likes to go. Forget my buttons on my computer here don't work. I'm gonna try resetting my iPad, see if that helps. Restart my iPad. Funny because some of the buttons are working and some are not. Yeah, there's the push out I was thinking. Gave Ryan a look at the side of the one ball, but not enough to make it. Good leave. Buttons working. Nice little graze. Gonna just leaving the shot all the way up the rail, and as you played on table 8, you know that this is a 4-inch pocket in the corner. So coming up the rail into that corner, you got to be absolutely dead on. Good news is if he makes it, though, he should have pretty easy look at the 2 and then just be able to, get to work. Oh, it came off the rail. Not the worst leave in the world, though. It's a bank shot at best. Maybe a thin cut. Oh, OBS is still being not a complete pain in the butt. So some of my buttons work, some of them don't. Oh, went for the bank. Hard to say if he bounced too far off that top rail. That 4 ball might be a little big. Even still, even if he can't access it directly, I bet you he's got enough of the side of it to get back. Yeah, it looks like he's going straight at it. Gonna knock the 4 up a little bit, make this run a little easier for himself. Not a bad choice. Now the 4 is a hanger. The 3 is a little tricky. 5 and 6 both have pockets. Not having a string buttons. Gonna back cut this 3. No matter how hard he hits it, he should have a good look at the 4. Straight on. Well, maybe you got a little bit of cheater angle there. Just want to make sure he doesn't get stuck behind the 7, I think. As it stands, if he just stops it right there, he's got a clean look at the 5, though. Oh, he's going to pull it all the way. Look at that stroke. Nice shot. Left himself a little bit weird. I don't know if he's going to go a little move the cue ball around, if he's going to just try and hold it on the bottom rail. And it looks like he's went for the hold. Made it clean. Nice shot. That's somebody over there rocking the Crocs. I don't think that's Sean Dixon either. Oh, he came straight back at the 9. He needs real speed control here. I think he got it. Marksy called the corner pocket. Getting a little stretchy. Oh, wow. Use the whole pocket, but got it down. That's going to bring it to 2-1 Ryan. Let's see if my boom and freezer button works. Nope, that doesn't work either. Wonderful. All right, well, I'm going to tell you, we just had launched a new episode this week. Mondays at 6 o'clock, all new episodes. This week we had Shane Van Boning on the show with Scott Frost and Bobby Hilton. They talked a lot about focus and routine. They talked a little bit about fishing. They talked a little bit about Moscone. And definitely an entertaining, because you don't get to see Shane Van Boning doing long length interviews very often. Usually he's a man of few words, but he opened up to Scott and Bobby and talked a lot. So make sure you check out that episode. It's really, really good. Don't think I saw anything go down. No, all 9 balls are still there. One ball's got a clean look in the corner pocket. Dave at the table down 2-1. Looking for a cleanup here after Ryan broke dry. Might have to bump the 4 ball a little here. Got a little off angle. Oh, he's just gonna drag it around the 6. Wow, look at that. I would think I would have just tapped it forward myself and pushed the 4 down the rail, but doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. Looking sharp. Making nice clean shots, center pocket, getting the cue moving around real nice. Dave looking to tie it up. Two rails, try to kick it from behind. I'm not sure if he gave up ball in hand. I thought he got the rail. Oh, maybe the 8 didn't reach the top rail, therefore that's a foul. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I'll tap forward for the 9 on the side. It's going to bring Ryan up to 3. Dave had a good opportunity that rack, but he just kind of got a little out of position on the 8. Ended up scratching. And that gives a 2-ball nicey tap in run out run for Ryan Cullen. So 3-1 Ryan. Once again, guys, looks like the numbers are climbing. We got about 85 of you in the YouTube, Facebook, Sharkstream TV platforms. This is our number 3, Dave Gavrish, and number 4, Ryan Cullen Pro List match. That button does. There we go. Okay, so they're just using digital pool. They're not using the flipboards. Looking to make the 5-ball in the corner. That he does. These guys are really good at their template breaks. Got himself a little weird though. Look at the cue. It's sitting in the corner. One's sitting on the top rail. If you're aggressive, you might go for the cross corner. If you're feeling a little bit more defensive, you put the 1-ball in the center of the short rail and you take the cue ball uptown. Go off the air at the end of the broadcast either. Did make the 1 cross side, but I think he's a little stuck. He says, you know what? I can do it once. I can do it twice. Went for the 2 cross corner, came up a little wide. That's going to bring Dave back. Dave tends to play a little tighter. Left the 2, like I said, on the middle of the short rail. Left Ryan up table. A lot of traffic in between, but it's not a bad 1-rail kick off the bottom rail. Oh, he might even have a direct shot at it. He's going straight at it. Gets a little help from the 6-ball. Come at it from behind, try to nudge it up. High goes 2 rails to push the 2 towards the middle of the table. Yeah, that's what he wanted to do. Didn't get a very fortunate roll though. So David, it's 2 balls out in the open. Ryan coming back. Ooh, boy. Table's been sort of taking balls. I think it's still a little slippery because they're only about 3-week-old claws. And I remember seeing that shot on the old Gold Crown 3 with the more well-worn cloth. That would not have dropped. So we'll see how these things, they seem to be getting a little bit tighter as the cloth wears in a little bit. But for now, he's still getting a nice little drop in. Looks like he left himself pretty hard angle here. Yeah. He can still nudge it right in the side, but the cue's going to get away from him. Yep, right in the middle. Little bump off the 9. Now he's a little out of position. The 7's on the way on the right-hand side of the table. 6 ball has not much place, not a great place to go. Gonna have to ponder this one. Oh, what a fortunate shot that was. Came in off the 8 ball to go in the side. All right, we're still in recovery mode though. Not the simplest thing in the world to get position on this 8 while trying to cut that nice call on the 9. Look at that. So he's basically gonna smack the 7 in the corner and send the cue towards the 9 and hope for the leave. Oh yeah, see, got a little wonky, but not the worst leave in the world. Dave will come back to the table staring at the 7 ball. He'd send it towards the 9. He didn't see him calling anything, so I think he's just gonna tap it into the rail and bring the cue back home. Yep. See if he can get it stuck behind the 8, and I think he's gonna get there. Or it looks that way. On the 9 again. His hand tapped the corner pocket. So this is going to be a jump over the 8, 7 into the short rail, combo into the 9 in the corner. That's his best case scenario. Worst case scenario is it rolls right up to the side pocket and gives Dave a pretty simple out here. Look at this lead. Hang on a second, folks. I got to mute. Sorry about that. Button's not working, so I couldn't throw up the commentator break thing. I'm back though. Looks like Dave picked one up while I was talking on the phone. Ryan is up 3-2. Dave's at the table, kind of looking at this 9 snookering the 2 ball. Got a piece of it from behind, but I think Ryan's gonna have a no problem getting on this one. Tap the 2 in the corner, come back across. 3 in the same corner. Just like that. I'd have gotten a little straight. I get a little. I'm not nearly as good as these guys are, so when I'm looking at a straight in shot, I tend to try and start cheating the pocket a little bit so I can move the cue ball around where the 4 is sitting right now. He wants to be on the right-hand side of the table. A lot can go wrong here, but you guys are usually pretty true. All right, he gave it a little stun punch. I think that's going to be good enough. Should be able to back cut it from here. He's just getting on the 5 is going to require a lot of speed control. Oh, caught the point. Got the position, but Dave is now in control here with a 5 ball in hand style run out. Bounces right around the 6 for good angle. Gonna go straight up and down the table, I think. Might go high left. Yep, there it is. A little speedy. Oh, and he's a little treetop. Man, he's having a hard time getting on the 8 tonight. Drops it right in for the tie. 3-3. Made the 2 ball. Looks like the 8 ball went as well. Got a pretty clean look at the 1 ball and a decent spread here. Still playing a little cautious and nicely ties him up behind the 5. Where the 7's sitting too. Not going to be easy to get to this 1 ball. Come on, give me that rail. Give me that rail. Darn it. Two balls down. He's going straight to the red 3. Coming up center table for the 4. Now I feel like he's got a better chance of getting out here, and I'm not being a jerk, I hope, but since the 8 ball's already off the table, he won't have to get positioned on the 8 ball this time. The little weird thoughts I have some. All right, it's pretty true on this 9. Should be able to take the lead right here. Powers it right in the corner, no big deal. That was his 8. All right, Dave's up 4-3 now. Pretty good spread here. Got the 1 ball down, 2 balls off the table, 8 balls still there though. He's going to go 3 to the 4 to the 6. A bump. Still in great shape though. Ooh, played with a little bit there. Brought the side pocket into the play here. Feeling he's going to punch it across 2 rails. Bang. All right, 1 rail. That works too. Comes the dreaded 8 ball. Straight in. Oh, stay out of that side bucket. Oh, that 8 ball got him again. Yikes. 4-4. Yeah, that 8 ball's got Dave's number right now. Gonna have to get past that. He would be up probably, oh, I don't know, 6-2. Give him 2 games that he missed 8 balls. I almost said the C word. Uh, but now it's 4-4. Once again, knocks the wing ball straight down. Look at this though. 1 ball's in good. Well, 1 ball's okay. Nothing touching. Looking like the 4 in the same corner. Ready? I like the off angle. That's gonna give a nice look at the 6. Little straight. I think he's looking to maybe go into the short rail and get the long rail shot up the top left corner. See what he's got in mind. Give it a little force follow. Now he's gonna try have to play this in the corner. Oh no! The fortune has reversed. Ball in hand, 3 balls to go, 7 hanging. Let's see if Dave can break the 8 ball curse on this rack. Slides it back up the tables, gets a little long on the 8, or a little short, depending on which way he was trying to land. He's right on the 50-yard line here. That shot's lined up at the second dot. Oh boy. I play a lot of 8-ball with my buddy James most afternoon. When I miss the 8-ball consistently on a couple of games, my buddy will say, "Yep, you got the 8-ball-itis." Hope Dave does not. Nope, he drained it. Does he get the position? Needed just a little more roll for ideal position. Now he's got to stretch out. All right, he took the lead back 5-4. Hopefully busting that 8-ball curse once and for all. Everybody for tuning in. Just got under 100. Just got over 100, actually. People tuned in. Do me a favor and make sure you hit like. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Definitely turn on notifications if you want to be notified. This coming 10 days, I think. I forget exactly when it starts, but we're going to be covering a lot of matches out of the Derby. So the annual Derby is going to be going. It's going to have a lot of great matches. We're going to try and pick out some good ones for you. And we'll be live streaming on the Shark Stream pretty much for the whole tournament. Or I guess I should say all the tournaments. Make sure you reach out to Bobby Hilton if you're interested in doing a little bit of commentary, either with someone like me or Bobby Hunt, maybe. We're going to be trying to stream as much as we can so we could use all the help we can get. If you have any experience commentating or if you want to try it out as a co-pilot, definitely reach out to Bobby and let him know. If I have to sit in the booth for 10 days, I will go mental. Look at this leave. And Dave is playing some great safeties. He would almost certainly be like almost done with this. He'd probably be on the hill with the safety game. He's gotten a few opportunities with ball in hand. Just had a hard time finishing these racks right up until the last rack anyway. Coming off the rail. Yeah, he's going to have to hit this with a little bit of right, which is tough when it's snug to the 7 like that. Just a hair of right. There it is. And the make with no scratch. Very nice. Ryan looking to tie it up. There's not been, I think maybe there was a 3-1 lead at one point with Ryan in the lead 3-1. But other than that, they've been either tied or one game apart. So Ryan looking to tie this one back up, and he's in pretty good shape to do it. Got to get on that 6. That's the tricky part, isn't it? With the 8 sitting where it is, he's only got one pocket. So, well, maybe 2. He's going to want to make this 4-ball. I can't draw. Shoot. And just sort of draw it up towards the side pocket, but not, of course, into the side pocket, and sort of baby it in behind the 6. I think that's the play. Oh, he's going to go 2 rails and big trouble. Yeah, he wanted to get the double. Yeah, he didn't want to nudge that 7. Now he's way out of shape. Clean hit. Don't think it's going to land where he wants it to land, though. It's a pretty decent angle here for Dave. Could try and bring it back for the 7 on the side, or you can probably just leave it right up there. Put a 7 in the bottom right corner. Tap, 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 tap it in. Wandered off on him. A little thin. I don't think that was a table roll per se. These tables are too new. Might have just been a slight undercut. Might have hit a little tiny chalk. But either way, Ryan's at the table and he's looking pretty solid here. Wonder if he's going to go all the way around or if he's just going to tap it in. Last time he took the long rail shot, burned him. I'm wondering if he's thinking about moving the cue a little more this time. Yeah, that's definitely what he was thinking. And he's on the opposite side. Might have a look in the side, but that's 4.5 inches on the side pocket and approaching from that angle. Anywhere south of, let's say, the foot spot, begging for trouble. Ah, all right. To be able to draw this past the side pocket for the 9 in the bottom right. It is. It says you're good. High game once again, 5-5. Race to 4 remaining. Let's see it in the comments section, folks. Predictions. Tied 5-5. What do you think the final score is going to be and which way? Or if you're not feeling comfortable giving a prediction, who are you rooting for? I saw looked like Crystal. I know who Cheryl is rooting for. I think Crystal's rooting for Dave. Sure, there's some Ryan fans out there. Score should update any minute now. It's currently 5-5. Normally I keep track of it myself in the booth, but after this software crashed right in the opening again, my button stopped working, so I'd have to go there, reboot, start the stream all over again. All right, Dave says 9-8 Dave Gavrish. Cheryl definitely is saying, don't know. Well, she says she's got a little shrug emoji in there, but I know who she's rooting for. Who's that? Says Dave wins 9-7. A lot of people thinking maybe it's going to be a Dave game. And I can't say I blame him. He's got a 40-point Fargo advantage, but these guys have scrimmaged plenty of times, and Ryan's come out on top a good chunk of them. Don't count Ryan out. He's hanging with him right now, 5-5, and he's playing good. Dave's made a couple of fumbles, so he misses another, gets bad position on the 8 ball a couple more times. This could easily become a Ryan blowout. Or he could run a 4-pack, Dave. So you never know. I guess he can't technically run a 4-pack now. He can finish this one and then run a 3-pack. Just gonna try and touch the rail with this one. Bink, just like that. Good safety. Gonna force Dave to go back up and down to pocket the two or graze it, try and safe out. Oh, he's gonna tap back into it. Oh, did he get there? It's a tough shot no matter what. Three's out in the middle of the table. You can land pretty well anywhere and still have a good look at it. Dave's gotten mine, or I'm sorry, what Ryan's gotten mine. Yeah, he's gonna use that 7 and 5. Make Dave kick at it. Once again, folks, if you guys follow this channel at all, you know Bobby Boom Hilton. You've seen Scott Frost, the Freezer. Make sure you check out the Boom and Freezer show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, pretty much wherever you can go to get podcasts. If you go to boomandfreezer.com, it'll take you right to the YouTube version where you can watch all the episodes. I believe Bobby just posted a sort of a breakdown. There was something like 6 episodes in season 1. I want to say 10 in season 2. Big names in pool. Emily Fraser, I think, kicked us off, and then we've had almost the entire Moscone Cup team, both teams. Had Shane Van Boning just dropped on Monday, and we got a couple more really good episodes coming up for you. You're not going to want to miss it. Check it out, boomandfreezer.com. Oh, caught the 6. Jeremy. I've been trying to get tons of sleep. I've been having kind of a lot going on personally, so I've been kind of not sleeping well, been a little bit cranky pants. I got a little short with Bobby and Scott earlier today because they woke me up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Now I got somebody coming to pick up my old car at 1 in the morning tonight. And supposedly, I can't really say what's going on, but Scott Frost is in the Philippines, and there are 4 legends of pool playing in the WNT Legends tournament. At least one of them is going to be recording a Boom and Freezer show. But if you know anything about the Philippines and the United States, that's going to probably be at like 3 in the morning my time, so that I can get, one of the legends. Scott's going to be doing it. It's going to be a pretty impressive show. I'm looking forward to it, but man, getting a lot of sleep. No, I'm not getting a lot of sleep. I usually get a lot of sleep or got a lot of sleep, but no, last week or so, and then of course with the Derby, going to be a lot of long days. So we'll see. Like Dave's in pretty good shape here. Honestly, he's got to get this last position shot. This is it was the 8 ball. Now it's the second to last ball. I'm going to say he left himself a little weird again. Going to have to get just the right speed. All right, knocked it down. And he got just the right speed. Very nice shot there from Dave Gavrish. And he was wishing he was left-handed right now, but it doesn't seem to bother him. 6-5 Dave. It's ironic that you say get a lot of sleep. My plan tonight. I was sitting at the pool hall and I was playing my buddy again. I had some of the new food trucks Julio's Kitchen food truck, by the way. I had a couple empanadas, beef and cheese. They were they were delicious. But I was thinking to myself, you know what, Brian, be smart. Go home, watch another heist movie of some sort, get an early sleep. And because when I was at the pool hall, I asked our manager, I asked Bobby, I asked a couple other people. I said, hey, is there anything going on the list tonight? And they're like, nope, nothing I know of. Nope. And then I get a text to Bobby at like 10 of 8, and he's like, hey, Brian, can you do the Ryan and Dave show? And I'm like, all right. And then, of course, technical issues happen right out of the gate. But where I'm going with this is I'm sitting in my bedroom looking at my pillow. So thanks for the well wishes of sleep, Jeremy. But I'm still at my computer desk, still staring at mostly don't work. Trying to do the best I can to bring you this match, you know? Alrighty, so Dave has knocked down, looks like the one ball. Two's a little stuck behind the six, so I don't think we're going to see a break and run here. I do see a possible straight on safety play using the six, the green, the red, or the purple. Or he might just push out. No, it looks like he's going for the safety. Trying to use that muck. Brian may have an edge here. Take a look at the find the button. Yeah, I think the two's sticking out just a little tiny bit. That's going to give him the opportunity to push the two towards the seven and just put the cue right back in the muck for Dave instead of kicking at it. But man, I bet you were wishing you left-handed too. This would be nothing for me. Bobby always says wrong-handed. Oh, here he goes. He's just going to play it cross-handed instead. Look at, oh, he just smacked it from behind. Huh. I'm not allergic to coffee. I just hate the taste of it. I think I've told that story a couple times, maybe not on the Shark Stream, but the only two cups of coffee I think I've ever actually had was back in the day when poker was starting to become a thing. Wasn't really on TV all the time yet, but I had studied it for a while, and I'd go to the poker rooms up at the Foxwoods Mohegan Sun. I think I wasn't even married at this point, so this is tells you how long ago it was. And or maybe I was, I'm not sure. Having said that, though, I'd go to the poker room. I'd get there around 8 o'clock at night. I was on a tear. I find the bagel cart coming around in the morning. I'll be like, oh, damn, I got to get to work. The Dunkin' Donuts right outside I think it was only Foxwoods at the time. I don't think Mohegan had a poker room yet. So you would bail out of Foxwoods. You go to that very first Dunkin' Donuts on one of those side roads as you're heading towards the highway. And like, I got to get something to drink. I gotta stay awake. And sure enough, I think those were the only two cups of coffee I've ever had was on the way home from the poker room. Yeah, my first child was born in 2002, so that means I was married, but I didn't have that much responsibility. I haven't seen you in the comment sections in a while. I remember SD and R and roll. I think that stands for sex, drugs, rock and roll. But I haven't seen you in the comment section in a while. Good to see you back, man. Probably try to change the camera again. You guys are probably sick of looking at the overhead. All right. Gonna swing his right hand way out. I hate doing those kinds of shots because I can't get my eyes over the cue. It feels like you're just winging it. I'll put a link in the comments section for you, Dave. Give me 1 second. It's on poolrankings.com, but there's a little extra you got to put at the end. Get to our list. All right, Dave, looking to make a move. Go ahead, too. I don't know if my sound starts getting choppy. It looked like I live in an apartment complex now, so there's literally like somewhere on the order of 30 Wi-Fi networks. Every once in a while, someone else's network misbehaves and kind of knocks mine off. So I just saw my video get a little glitchy. So hopefully you guys can hear me good. Yeah, Moneymaker was the big one it was like one of the first televised World Series of Poker tournaments that, people all saw. And I was playing just ahead of that. I can't get the booth to respond. Not good. Here we go. Pro list. Takes me a second because I'm remoting into the actual booth. I'm not actually at Yale Billiards right now. Sometimes the software that lets me see all the monitors on the studio runs a little bit slow. But I'm pasting the link into the chat section right now. Hopefully you should see it in a few seconds. The one that says poolrankings.com/venue/Yale PR. Yeah, it was neat when they did the World Series of Poker and you could get them on ESPN, and it just sort of blew up out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden you had the what do they call that? The World Poker Tour, WPT, not the WNT, that's the World Nine Ball Tour, but it was the World Poker Tour. And it had a couple of big names there doing commentary for and then they got the tables with the whole card cameras and all that kind of neat stuff. Kind of ruined the game for me, but I know it brought a lot of a lot of money and a lot of viewers into poker. So maybe someday we'll catch a little bit of lightning in a bottle and we'll be in the same shape where it's like everybody's got to watch this. I think Emily and the team at WNT are doing a good job at getting visibility into these big tournaments, Moscone Cup, all the WNT events. Of course, WPA is doing their thing, trying to get their um, tournament system out there. I think it's all it's going to take is that, once it hits a certain precipice of people that are all watching streams like the Shark Stream and WNT.TV or WNTTV.com. I always screw that up. And, Upstate Al and Ship the Cash and all these other different players that are out there. You just eventually, like, a Moscone event's going to catch like a Budweiser, and it's going to be big money, and everybody's going to lose their mind. And the pool, maybe it will come back. And it used to be on broadcast TV. Now it's hard to find outside of billiard TV or streams I just mentioned. But I think it's coming. I think it's coming soon. And I think Emily and Emily Fraser specifically at WNT and a couple others are trying to get money into the sport, make it more of a viable option as a career for younger players, develop the talent, all that good stuff. No, I did not watch the WPBA event over the weekend. Like I said, I've been a little bit busy with some personal issues, but I did catch on the Shark Stream and on a couple other Facebook feeds some updates on how things went. Wow, big fire right into the corner. Ryan ain't backing down, man. That shot, I am about 15% on making it that speed. I would have probably hit that about 20% as hard and just tried to stun it. But going in at that speed, you just got to be dead nuts accurate going into a 4-inch corner. And that's exactly what Ryan just did. Didn't have a lot of options with the cue ball, so he's still got to bounce this 7 off. He's got to bounce the cue ball off the rail after hitting the 7. Adds a lot of variables. And he did it. Still in great shape. Looking to make this a 1-game battle again. Wow, you can't get better speed control than that. That's ball in hand position right there. Wow. Nice shot, Ryan. 7-6. I can't turn on the commentator break thing right now because my buttons are broken, but I'm gonna step away for about 60, maybe 2 minutes. I gotta get a Dr. Pepper out of the fridge. I'll be right back, folks. All righty then. I'm back. Putting up. Okay, we got Dave 7, Ryan 6. We had a few predictions. Dave taking this one down. Ryan, not, he's got no quit in him. He's gonna be there, and he's gonna be right there on the hunt. As Andy Gao, one of our premier sponsors here at the Sharkstream, says, "Can we just fast forward to Hill Hill so I can go back to watching my movie?" Oh, okay. I did read about that on one of the feeds that I follow. Was it Pia Filler? Was in the hot seat, but Christina Tkach came back and ended up taking down the event. So both players are incredibly talented. So not surprised to see those two going head to head. Ryan looking smooth. I'm sorry, I stepped away. I can't remember. Did Dave get to the table on this rack at all? Or is this a break and run possibility? I was like I said, I was retrieving a Dr. Pepper and relieving a Dr. Pepper at the same time. Well, not at the same time, you know what I mean. Vanna Easton took third. Wow, good for her. She's gonna be a pro, or she's gonna be a world champion someday. She got the drive and she's got the talent and she's got the team, quite frankly, between her mom and her dad. I met them both when they were at Yale Billiards last year. And she's got everything she needs. And just a charming woman as well. Ryan tying it up, 7-6, 7-7, sorry. So now we're down to, we went from a race to four to a race to, well, no, we didn't have a race to three at that point. We were 75. Dave took a lead, got two in a row. So Ryan responds with two in a row. Now it's anyone set. Both players need 2 points to take the number three spot or to keep the number three spot, depending on how you look at it, I suppose. Good stuff, though. Glad you guys are all tuned in, watching some damn near pro level pool here at the Yale Billiards Brunswick Arena, live on the Shark Stream. If you haven't done it already, make sure you hit like. I see about 30 more people have joined us over the last 20 minutes. So, yeah, hit like, follow, subscribe, notifications, turn them on. We're going to be bringing you guys a lot of derby action over the next week or two. You don't want to miss it. All right, Ryan's in control. Once again, looking to make that wing ball. In this case, it's the 7 in the corner. Here's the thing, Robbie. If you're just tuning in, and if you are, welcome aboard the Shark Stream. But here's the deal. Most of our top 10, I put a link in the comment section if you want to check it out. It's at poolrankings.com/venue/ELPR. It's in the comments. You can see it. It'll be from Restream probably. But I think every single one of our top 10 listers are 600 Fargo. And of course, y'all know Lucas Fracasso Werner, our professional here, that was just a hair from making the Moscone Cup this year. He's got an 857 Fargo. So we have a lot. I mean, I think I saw a chart somewhere saying that anything 700 and higher is a pro. Anything 800 and higher is elite. So use that gauge and say, oh, wait, almost every every pro list player at Yale Billiards is a 600 plus. Yeah, that's true. Ashley Benoit, she's in the 630s or 640s. I figure she's climbing like a firework. We got a whole bunch of great players. So when we tune in for the top 10, we're bringing you some good pool action. We'll bring it to you for free. Ryan with a clean break. Got it. Does this two go by that eight? Boy, oh boy. That's the dilemma right there. Play the safe. Get out here. Which way do you go? Yeah, Ashley did very, very well. I think she was in seventh, eighth. Yeah, I don't think she made fifth, sixth. I think she made seven, eighth though, so she cashed, which is always good to see. You gotta get these road expenses taken care of. And thanks, Mud, for checking out the SVB interview, man. I tell you what, I was sitting there. I posted the reel and I hinted to it a couple of times in previous broadcasts, but I was sitting here in my little home studio while SVB got Frost, the freezer, and Bobby Boom Hilton are all just having a nice conversation. And the conversation rolled around to fishing. And Scott, knowing the answer because they talk to each other quite a lot, Scott asked them, and they both fish. They both like to they're good fishermen. They like to jab each other a little bit about who can fish better. But Scott asked him if SVB names his fish, and, and SVB's response was absolutely hysterical. I spit out my Dr. Pepper when I heard it. Fortunately, I mute myself when I'm recording these things for these guys, but if they, I mean, I almost wish you could have heard my reaction. It was hilarious. He says, he always names his fish after Mosconi Cup players. Well, just put it that way. And then if you guys want to catch the rest of it, check out the Boom and Freezer Show on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music. And if you want the shortcut, if you go to the Boom and Freezer Show on Facebook, I believe Bobby recently posted that exact clip as a reel. So if you don't want to catch that one on the let's say on the John, then that's where you can go find that clip. And it might even be a reel on YouTube as well, or short. But man, I died laughing when he did that, when he said that. Even Scott and Bobby, I gotta say, they both reacted the same way I did. It was absolutely, it was Scott what laughed the hardest, but even Bobby was just like he had to put his head down for a minute. Who knew SVB had the one-liners, man? Look at this though, Ryan coming back after Dave led 7-5, I believe. Ryan's looking to get ahead to the hill, and he does it. Dave says you're good, man. So Ryan's on the hill first. So I said first. I suspect Dave's going to find his way right to the same hill. And as I sort of predicted, as soon as I sat down and turned on the stream, then it crashed, then I turned it on again. My prediction was that this was going to go hill. These guys are both outstanding players, and they've played each other so often. They know each other's strengths. They know where to take advantage of their opponent's weaknesses. They're good friends. So I suspected this game was going to go, I mean, straight to the hill. And they haven't disappointed. There has not been any major leads in this game. I think the longest stretch was 7-5 Dave and 3-1 Ryan at one point. All right, so the score is now 8 Ryan, Dave 7. There it is. There's your update. Sorry, my buttons aren't working, or I'd have them snapped up a little bit faster than that. But the IT guy at this place, the Sharkstream, he can be kind of lazy. So I got to yell at him. And definitely don't check the credits for who the IT guy might be. All right. Rack number 16 coming up. Ryan in control. Makes the wing ball again. I think he's 8 for 9 right now on the breaks, making the wing ball. I think he only had one dry one. Possibly two, but he's really good at sending that template wing ball right in the corner. Yeah, Ed, you're absolutely right. Ed Thornton's ass saying, great looking table, man. You should come down and see all the other tables that we have here now. I'll give you a quick preview, just one sec. If I can get my buttons to work. It looks like I cannot. Oh, there they go. This is what the rest of the front room looks like. We're getting another 8 real soon. Here we go. So this is what the rest of the room looks like. Look at all those beautiful gold crown 7s. Black with brand new Simonis 860 HR cloth on it. So sexy. And they play so nice. you want to come down and play, you can. Yeah, I think they're taking reservations and things. If you want to come down and book a couple hours. But I'll tell you what, if you don't get here early some days, between the league play on Tuesday, we got the drop in on Monday, we got the league play on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So Friday, Saturday is kind of open table nights. But even then, when I get here on a Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, I find myself, getting here at 3 o'clock, right as the doors unlock, and having to go right to the desk and say, "Hey, can I get a table?" The way it is. This is at Yale Billiards in Wallingford, Connecticut. Trucker? Yeah, Trucker 86. This is Yale Billiards in Wallingford, Connecticut in the USA. We got probably 8 of the first 50 gold crowns coming out of the factory. We're super excited about that. They play so nice. We have Pro Fitment Billiards. You'll see his logo come up every once in a while. Its name is Cliff DeBay. And he came and he meticulously constructed all these tables. There was so much packing material around the room. It was absolutely insane. But he did it. He's probably the best world table mechanic there is out there. And he set these things up perfectly. They are so fun to play on. We debated actually getting some white ones. Well, we say we. Bobby ultimately is the ultimate decider. It's his pool hall. But we threw around some ideas like let's get alternating black and white ones so that it looks like a chessboard. Maybe have the 8 black ones in the front room and the 8 white ones in the back room. Or we had a couple different thoughts about that. But to his credit, he didn't listen to any of our nonsense. He just said, you know what, I'm just getting all black ones. We're getting brand new carpet and we're going to paint the room and it's going to look like a brand new pool hall for a 32-year-old pool hall. It does look like a brand new pool hall. So you guys, if you have the opportunity to stop down and enjoy these tables, I highly encourage you to do so. I love the way they feel. I love the new rails I'm a big dude, so I'm 260 pounds or 250 pounds, but I have huge hands. I'm 6'3". I really love that the rails are wider and that the pockets are flush to the rails. So it makes it so much easier for a guy with gorilla hands and probably for people with smaller hands to get down on the ball where they need to be. And look at this. I don't think Dave got back to the table, did he? I've been too busy talking about the gold crowns. I'm pretty sure Ryan just ran this. Broke and ran. Well, he's about to break and ran. Break and run. Ugh, get my tenses straight. Oh, look at that. Leave. Just for the set, folks. Yeah, I like the dark rails that accent against the gray patterned rug. I think Bobby ultimately made the best decision on these tables. I think white would have been a little bit too much of a glare from the lights. The Littman lights, by the way. Well, there you have it. Ryan's no joke, man. I was trying to pull out so I could show you the handshake, but I don't have buttons. Anywho, thanks everybody for tuning in. That was a great match between Ryan and Dave Gavrish. Ryan will take over the number 3 spot. Dave will drop to the number 4 spot. Sometime soon, we're expecting to have Lucas Fracasso Werner in the room with the number 2 challenger, Mike Jackson. So that's coming up soon. He's gone all the way from the number 10 spot to the number 2 spot. You may say, hey, he's got no Fargo rating. Yeah, he got through all these guys to challenge Lucas for his championship spot. We also have a couple other matches coming up sometime in the next few days, but definitely don't want to miss our coverage of Derby. So make sure you hit like, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. This is Brian, sort of in the booth, saying good night. We'll see you next time.
Bobby Hilton here from the Shark Stream. Give a shout out to all of our sponsors. Of course, our gold sponsors, Brunswick Billiards. We are the Brunswick Arena on the Shark Stream, and of course, McDermott Cues. Then we got our silver sponsors. We can't forget those. We got Taom Billiards, Salotto, of course, Yale Billiards, Simonis Cloth, Wayne Harriman, the Sandman, Pro Fitment Billiards, Andy Gow, Aramith Letman Lights, and Carbon Magic Cleaner. And of course, we can't forget our local and bronze sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. They've been with us for a long time. K. Morgan Painting, APA, Jacoby Custom Cues, Sigma Wear, Organic Ink Tattoo, Dynamic Pressure Washing, NM Billiards, Tommy's Tattoo Supply, Pool Table Magic, and of course, Vaculease. Thank you guys all for your continued support. Appreciate it.